Arnold and Porter and Kaye Scholer. What began as two respective two-person partnerships in the first half of the 20th century has grown into a world-class law firm of more than 1,000 attorneys and 13 offices around the globe. Today, we're proud to serve as counsel to half of the Fortune 100 and another 2,500 established and emerging companies. As a firm, we have held steadfast to our guiding principles: to maintain an unwavering commitment to excellence and professionalism in the practice of law, to anticipate and deliver on our clients' needs, to recognize and encourage diversity, and to embrace public service as fervently as we do any other client work. These core values have created the foundation upon which today's Arnold and Porter Kaye Scholer exists. Today, we are part of a firm that is not just bigger, but one that is stronger thanks to the legacies of our founders. More than their individual histories, this is our shared story. It began in 1917 when Benjamin Kaye and Jacob Scholer shook hands and formed their eponymous law firm in New York City. Their firm nurtured a distinct mix of nationally recognized corporate clients and smaller family-owned businesses that, together with a comprehensive approach to commercial litigation and securities law, enabled the firm to grow during the Great Depression. The next 25 years coincided with the ending of World War II and Washington, D.C.'s uncontested emergence as a dominant world capital. In 1901, Professor Milton joined the firm. Recognized as the Dean of Antitrust, he successfully handled numerous groundbreaking antitrust matters and was sought after by judges everywhere for his counsel. Thanks to Handler, Kaye Scholer's practice grew to one of the most respected in the nation. Meanwhile, in 1946, former Yale Law School professor, Assistant Attorney General, and U.S. Court of Appeals Judge Thurman Arnold joined with Abe Fortas, fellow New Dealer and former Undersecretary of the Interior, to create Fortas in Washington, D.C. Fortas would later become a Supreme Court justice. A year later, they were joined by Paul Porter, former FCC chairman and administrator of the Wartime Office of Price Administration. Porter would help represent clients facing a dizzying array of new regulations. The firm would later be known as Arnold and Porter. Due to the founders' deep understanding of D.C.'s legislative and regulatory landscape, Arnold and Porter quickly became an undisputed powerhouse in areas of law impacting nearly every economic sector. Early on, both firms took a practical approach to growth by expanding services and reach as clients' business needs grew. Successful firm included merged with Dodge Salzburg, its reputation as a national leader in banking and finance. 3 years later, the firm entered the international by establishing joint venture local distributors in Latin, the Middle East, and Asia. Kaye Scholer merged with boutique firm Levin & Weintraub, Crames & Edelman to become a major force in the reorganization bar, representing debtors in some of the most well-known bankruptcy cases in recent times. Arnold and Porter combined with West Coast litigation boutique Howard Rice Nemirovsky, Kennedy Falk & Rapkin, adding lawyers and expanding capabilities in a variety of areas. The two firms also expanded their office presences by meeting clients' needs in new locations domestically and around the globe. Beginning in 1978, Kaye Scholer opened an office in Palm Beach, quickly followed by Washington, D.C. In 1980, Kaye Scholer opened its Los Angeles office and 10 years later its Shanghai office. The 1980s and 1990s ushered in a simultaneous period of office expansion for Arnold and Porter, including Denver, New York, Los Angeles, and London. The 2000s saw another wave of openings for both Kaye Scholer, with offices in Chicago, London, Frankfurt, and Silicon Valley, and Arnold and Porter in Brussels, San Francisco, Silicon Valley, and Houston. Vital to the success of these expansions was the 24/7 coverage that has become a hallmark of our service. Offices on multiple continents comprised a global network that mirrored the quality of each firm's original and still largest offices in New York and Washington, D.C. In 2014 and 2015, both firms moved their largest offices into state-of-the-art facilities that enhance the technical and administrative delivery of services to clients. Many have been with our legacy firm more than 20 years. Once describing an antitrust case about banana distribution in New York, Thurman Arnold said, "I'd try that case carload by carload. Paul would probably try it bunch by bunch. But only Abe would try it banana by banana." This early tradition of different approaches reflected both firms' belief in the strength of unique and individual perspectives. From the beginning, both firms embraced diverse backgrounds not typically welcomed in the white shoe law firms that dominated the country's legal landscape in the early 20th century. Women, people representing many faiths and socio-cultural backgrounds, people of color, all were key players and crucial contributors to our firms and the practice of law, particularly at a time when other law firms shunned diversity. It was during this time that Kaye Scholer served as a haven for Jewish lawyers who found it difficult to get jobs on Wall Street. Between the firms, we also proudly named the first African-American partner at any major D.C. firm and the first minority and first woman to head a law firm branch office in New York City. This commitment to diversity continues to be at the core of our firm today, both among our lawyers and our staff. Another keystone of the individual firms had always been pro bono representation. Illustrating this belief, the right to counsel for indigent defendants was established in 1963 through Abe Fortas's representation of Clarence Earl Gideon before the U.S. Supreme Court in Gideon v. Wainwright. This principle is now a bedrock of our legal system. Each era finds an improvement in law, and each year brings something new for the benefit of mankind. Maybe this will be one of those small steps forward. Clarence Earl Gideon. Just as transformative, Kaye Scholer's representation of Walter Beck in Beck v. Alabama forever changed capital punishment law in the U.S. Based on in the petition, the U.S. court ruled that a death sentence may not constitutionally be imposed for a capital crime conviction if the jury was not permitted to consider a guilty verdict for a lesser included offense. Attorneys throughout all of our offices are committed to pro bono. We have tackled issues from religious freedom, concerns, and voter ID laws to prison reform and death penalty cases. We have also defended workers, provided counsel, advanced protection, LGBT community, and more. Appropriately, in 2016, both firms were named a Law 360 Pro Bono Firm of the Year. Throughout our history, each firm has been acknowledged for its commitment to excellence and for being a great place to work. We may have taken different roads, but throughout the years, we have been equally dedicated to our clients, our employees, the communities in which we live, and the public interest. And while our histories are unique, we find that we've traveled parallel paths to arrive at the same destination. Now our shared passions and core values have united us and helped to form the solid foundation of the new Arnold and Porter Kaye Scholer. We look to our past to help forge the path we take today and into the future. In a strategic move that brought together the best of our two legacy firms, the combination of Arnold and Porter and Kaye Scholer has now become our shared legacy. It is one that brings together many celebrated years of legal excellence and business acumen, forward-looking approaches, real-time services, and results-driven solutions for our clients. We have set the standard for a new breed of law firm.